What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Horde. My name's Ryujin3838 and today we're back with another legendary skin ranking for Overwatch 2. Today we're going to go through and rank all the best skins for the sniping support, one of the pretty good meta picks these days, Ana. So let's go ahead and take a look at all our legendaries to see which ones top the charts and which ones sink to the bottom. And also, as a reminder, if there's a certain character you guys want to see, you got to make sure to comment down below. Next time I'll be going over a DPS, so comment down below which DPS you want us to go after next. But anyways, on his skins, here we go. Wait 1 second, before we get into this video, I just want to quickly say I really do appreciate all the love the channel's been getting lately. We've already gotten 3 of my latest videos up and over 100 views, which is insane to me, and we're also closing in on our way to 20 subs. It isn't a lot, but I've been hard stuck at around 12 to 13 subs for a long time. So this is me doing the YouTuber thing and asking all of you out there to sub, like videos, and comment, all those good things so we can keep this channel going. I want to try and break 20 subs before the year is over, and it would really be the highlight of my year. So if we can just pull off one more milestone, that would mean everything to me. Thanks to all of you for supporting the channel so far, and if you're new here, welcome to the Horde. Enough talking though, let's dive right on into this video. So Ana doesn't have a whole lot of legendary skins. She's only got 11 total, even with Overwatch League skins and stuff like that. So not really a whole lot to work with there, but there are plenty of really good epic skins that I like too. So there's actually going to be a couple honorable mentions, whereas with other characters I've only really included one. So this is the first time we've got multiple. So starting off, obviously, I have up here the Cybermedic skin. This was one of the skins you could unlock in the Anniversary Challenge last year during one of those weekly challenges. It really goes well with this season's theme of cyberpunk, and I just think it's a really good skin overall to look at and also to wear. The gun itself isn't really that special, and neither is the sleep dart because, of course, they're both epic skins. They don't really change the weapon that much. I will say another one I feel like mentioning is the Shrike skin, which is another one of those base epic skins you could just earn in-game in Overwatch 1. I think this is really a classic outfit for Ana that a lot of people wear. Again, nothing too different with the sniper or the sleep dart here, but I think the skin's design overall is really cool. Ghoul is like we can take a look at Ghoul, and it's basically the same skin but with orange and a different mask, but I don't think it goes as well together as Shrike does. And also, there is this epic skin on here I want to mention that I don't own. I kind of realized that there are a lot of epic skins for some of these characters that I don't own because I didn't do some of those challenges at the time because I didn't care to do it. And some of them I regret, but most of them I don't. But one of the ones I do regret, and I'll be putting an image on screen now so you can see, is the Bastet Ana skin. Everyone thinks this is definitely her best epic skin, and definitely could even be a legendary in some ways. So that's why I think that one should be mentioned as well. But since I don't own it, I can't show it off in my own locker. But anyways, that's it for our honorable mentions. Cybermedic, Shrike, and of course Bastet. Let's go ahead and get into her actual legendaries and see what is up with those.
This is the most obnoxious thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Coming in at number 11, the last spot for Ana's legendary skins is the Wadjet-based legendary from Overwatch 1. Normally, I do like white-colored designs because I think that white is a very basic color, but if you can add certain things to it, you can make it look really good. Like, it goes well together with gold and stuff. And there's, like, little bits of gold here with the vials and everything, but at the end of the day, I just don't really think this is that good of a skin. I think the counterpart for it is way better. I can't remember the name of it at this time, but it'll come to me because it's going to show up later on this list. It does have a counterpart that I think matches the Junker theme it's going for, because in the Overwatch lore, Ana spends some time in Junkertown, and this is like one of the outfits she wears at that time, I think, or something. So the other one I think does a lot better job of capturing that aspect of the lore. But also this one is just, I don't really like the color that much because the only difference really is this green that's everywhere. And it's not really everywhere, it's only on the chest piece and bits of the mask. So like it looks surgical, which makes sense because Ana's a support, but I just don't think it meshes well together. I am losing my ability to speak. So yeah, that's why I put it here at the bottom. I just don't really like how bland it looks, and I don't think the colors go really that well together that it makes me so it makes me want to put it lower on the list. I am losing my ability to speak. Anyways, that's why it's here. let's move on to number 10 before I stop being able to speak entirely. At number 10 on the list, we have Ana's Horus skin, another base legendary from Overwatch 1. I think this kind of suffers from the same problem that Wadjet suffered from previously, and it's simply just the fact that I don't like the color scheme that much. I don't really like the orange and gray and silver. I just don't think it meshes together well. On top of that, just like Wadjet, I think the counterpart for this skin, which is Captain Amari, is way better than this one. And honestly, it just doesn't look that appealing to me. I also didn't talk about the gun for Wadjet, but I just didn't feel like bringing it up. But this one is very basic too, and the sleep dart is also incredibly basic as well. So I just feel like there's not a whole lot to talk about with this skin, and it suffers from basically the same exact issues that Wadjet did.
$19 Fortnite card. Who wants it?
So when I said a lot better, I guess I really didn't mean a whole lot better. So coming in at number 9 on this list is the Wasteland base legendary skin from Overwatch 1. Lore-wise, it's a cool skin because it makes sense with the whole Junkertown theme of, kind of collecting scraps to build whatever you can to keep yourself alive, which includes clothes and armor and things like that. But really, when it all comes down to it, I just don't like this skin a whole lot either. It's very bland, and so is Wadjet. Overall, like the yellow bits I liked a bit better than the white bits, and I feel like there's a bit more of a unique coloration across the skin, whereas with Wadjet it was just almost entirely white. This one has lots of different types of gray. The yellow kind of stands out a bit more, but honestly, Ana just has better legendaries than this, and I don't really feel like there's much more to talk about with this skin. At number 8 on the list, we have Ana's Corsair legendary from the Halloween Terror event a few years back in Overwatch 1. This skin is okay, I don't hate it. I think it's almost entirely carried by this cool cape she's got, which looks like a Jolly Roger with Ana's sort of unique take on a skull and crossbones on it, with the syringe and stuff sticking out of its head. So that's definitely the coolest part, but you can't see it at all when you're playing the skin, so it's not really like it matters. And then also the gun, but the only reason I really like the gun that much is mostly just because it's got this, it's got a bayonet gun, really, so it's got a little sword here attached to it. But other than that, it doesn't really stand out that much to me. It seems like a pretty basic actual skin design. If you take this gun out of her hands, she's just wearing basic pirate aesthetic, which isn't to say that basic pirate aesthetic is bad, but I just think that Ana has better skins, and her other Halloween skin, Mummy, is a lot better. So yeah, I'm just not feeling it with the skins. That's why it's lower here.
I said, whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe.
A lot of people seem to like this skin, but if I'm gonna be honest, I don't really. So coming in at number 7 on the list is Ana's Summer Game skin, Cabana. I really just think it's a pretty bland and basic design. I think it's kind of funny that she just has an outfit where she's dressed as a regular grandma, and I think that's kind of the point. I just don't really think it's a good design that much. It's a nice outfit if you're going for a Sunday stroll, but in Overwatch, I just feel like it doesn't really mesh that well, so it's just a pretty average and bland skin to me. The gun is probably the best part. I like the colors a bit here, the purple and gold comes together really well, and the fact that it looks kind of like a fancier gun with all the little clips and gold bits attached to it and everything. I think that looks nice, and the sleep dart is, of course, not really that changed. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot I like with this skin, so that's why it's just here in the tolerable range, So that's all I really have to say about this skin. At number 6 on the list, we have the recolor for Ana's Snow Owl skin, the Anniversary Remix skin, Night Owl. I genuinely think that Ana's Snow Owl is just a way better design than this one. Normally, I'm all about the darker colors for certain things. I get that this looks more like a raven or something like that, and that's cool. I think if the color on the skin for the purples and stuff was darker, I would like it more. I'm just not really sold by the shade of purple they went with, and I think that's what I find find wrong with this skin. The gun's cool, and I like the little owl it's got here, but again, it was a lot better on Snow Owl. So like, I get why they gave it a remix skin, because they took all their popular skins that people wear all the time and were like, let's recolor this so that people want the old skin and this new version too. And I totally get that, but I just think that Snow Owl was already like one of Anna's best skins, and you'll see later on this ranking when it shows up. Honestly, I just don't like the recolor that much. So it's okay, but Snow Owl is way better.
Oh my God!
At number 5 on my list, we have Anna's mummy skin, her other Halloween Terror skin from Overwatch 1. And I genuinely think this is one of her better skins, but definitely not in the amazing tier. But I think what really throws me away is the head. They're trying, okay, I'm just trying to think of a way to explain this. They're trying to make the bandages on her head that flow down look like her shawl or whatever, or like her head covering or something. Like she's almost always got a head covering in all of her skins for like a hat. The way the bandages flow, and they try to make it look more like her hair, and it just or like a hood, and it's just weird. And I don't really like that much. I think that's kind of the problem I have with it, really. The cape is probably the coolest part, with the green that glows behind her when she walks around, but like, again, it's not really that important because as the player, you can't see that. Like, it doesn't really do anything for you. I think it's okay. The rifle is also really cool with the snake designs all over it and stuff, kind of like how Night Owl was with the owl. It's got snake bits everywhere, so that's nice. But, and the sleep dart's not that different either. But I just don't really like how they did the head part with the flowy bandages, and I don't really know what I find wrong with it, and I don't really think I had a good way of explaining it, but I just don't like it. So that's what I'm putting it at. It's at number 5. Now we're getting into the good shit with the amazing tier, kicking it off with number 4 on the list, the Captain Amari Legendary Skin, also a base Legendary from Overwatch 1. I think this skin is really cool. Unlike Horus, I think the design color is really nice and matches the Overwatch theme, because Anna is one of the members of Overwatch. She's one of the Overwatch agents, so a lot of the other like basic designs that we've seen from events like Archives have this blue color they all wear, so I think this one really matches that whole lore aspect together really well. And also, I just think they got the coloration right on this skin. Regardless, I think it's a good skin. It's definitely way above the Horus skin counterpart, and I just think that it's really cool. And at number 3 on the list, the skin I was hyping up a lot earlier, Anna's Snow Owl Legendary from the Winter Wonderland event in Overwatch 1. I genuinely just like the colors on this one a lot more. I like the little highlights of blue, because I feel like on the other skin with Night Owl, the bits of purple were way too obvious, and just also the color I think didn't match the darker black they used. I think if they made it darker purple, it would have worked better. But on this one, it has like subtle accents of blue and also various different shades of blue. Whereas with the other one, I just thought there were pretty much the same purple across all those different bits. But this one actually does a really good job of mixing in those blues to make some really nice feathers for her coat. Also, I like the little hints of gold that kind of give off the idea that they're claws, not only on the feet, but also a bit here on the gun, if you can see, and also on the jacket, too. Also, speaking of the gun, I do like this white and blue coloration for the rifle. It just looks better than Snow Owl. I mean, not Snow Owl, Night Owl. This is Snow Owl. So yeah, I can see why they made a recolor of this skin because of how popular it is, because this is definitely one of her better skins and deserves to be up here in the rankings. Now, number 2 on the list is actually one I don't own, so I'm going to be putting up some pictures for you guys to look at in a second, but number 2 on the list goes to the Overwatch League exclusive skin, Haro Eris. Now, I know from what I remember when the skin came out, whenever it was a few years back, that a lot of people didn't really like the design of this skin that much, but I gotta say I really do like it a lot. I like the colors. I like the red eye that she's got because it makes her like because a lot of her other skins, the eye is just completely covered because that's where like her eye patch goes and stuff. But this one having like the red eye kind of reminds me of those like Nani memes where it's like you're scoped in, you're in the zone and everything, and also the fact that like it's based off an Egyptian god to try to insert like a fear element into it too. I just like that little subtle design aspect of it. I do also like the gun a lot too. It's probably one of the better parts of the skin, not to mention the cape that Haro Eris has as well. So overall, I think all those elements combined makes it a really good skin in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't really like it that much, and I don't quite know why, but I'm sure I'll probably find out in the comments of this video, so sorry to get your hopes up that something else might be higher on this list. But speaking of higher on this list, let's go ahead and get on into our number one skin, right? Taking the number one spot for the drippiest skin Ana has, it is the Sniper Legendary from the Archives event in Overwatch 1. This skin honestly just is really cool. I like the little like tufts she's got up here with the old military garb. I love how flowy this cape is. Not to mention the sniper itself is definitely the best part of this skin because it's fucking massive. And it looks more like an actual real-life sniper, which is honestly just a really cool detail. I also love what they did with Ana's hair and the headset here. I just think that's a really nice cut for her, because a lot of her hair has been like in ponytails or really long, or you just don't see it at all that much. So I like that they kept the hair like this. It's just a really cool skin. And I think that it definitely deserves to be the best legendary, almost entirely because of the gun. And I know I like to say that I look at all the different aspects and not just one thing to drag it up to the highest. But I genuinely think that the gun itself is worth it on this skin for it to be number one. It just is sick. The design of the military outfit is nice. The cape is really billowy and cool. Same with the hoodie here, or the hood. I don't know why I called it a hoodie. That's not what it is. But I do like that part too. I like what they did with her hair and the headset. It's the one legendary that I like the most with all the things that I have just discussed. Compared to the other skins where I was able to find something wrong with them, I wasn't really able to find something wrong with this one, and that's why it's my number one. Hey there! If you made it this far into the video, I just wanted to give a quick thanks and a shout out to you for making it all the way through this legendary skin ranking, and for watching me give my opinions on all of Ana's legendary skins. Next video we do for this series, I will be covering a damage character, as I said earlier at the start of this video, which means any of these DPS characters is up for grabs, minus Hanzo. So all these characters I just scrolled through, so if you want any of these guys to show up in the next ranking, let me know in the comments down below. And other than that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.